Hey guys, this is Orion. I'm back. I took a few weeks uh, MIA. I was missing in action, mostly because of Corona, and we had this kind of perfect storm where everything that could happen happened. And let me just fill you up. Start with a quick introduction. If it's the first time you're on my channel, I'm Orion. This is my channel. I mostly talked about my fitness and health journey in the beginning of this channel, focusing mainly on the fact that I am a big busted girl and how does getting healthy impact the girls and how the girls impact getting healthy. Then it kind of shifted, and right now I'm talking about whatever's going on in my life. And if you want to stick around, you're welcome. And of course, like, subscribe, react, whatever. It's very helpful. This is a non-edited channel. I press play, I record, and unless I have to restart from the beginning, that's what you get, including sometimes my mess. And let me talk about the COVID-19 for a minute. So I've been very blessed. I have not contacted COVID-19. Neither has anybody in my immediate and close family. And even so, and we were pretty good about following instructions for quarantine and lockdown and all that stuff. And even so, eventually we got impacted without being sick. So it started when I got my first vaccine. Turns out I do not like the vaccine. I react pretty strongly to it. Both my sons also got it, and my husband, so he's the oldest of us, and he just waltzed through the first shot, and then he had very mild reaction to the second shot, mostly pain in the area where the vaccine was. I reacted a bit more to the first one. I had pains, so much so that I couldn't sleep on that side for a couple of days. And for the first day or so, I felt weak and off. My older son just waltzed through the first one, and my younger son had a lot of pain after the first one. Then my husband got the second one and had, again, some light reaction, specifically pain. Yeah, it disturbed his sleep. Nothing more than that. Then my older son got his second shot, and he had strong reaction, and he got it with his company in the army, and he said everybody was hit with bad reactions, fever, throwing up, feeling blah. Then I got my second one, and I was ready for it. First thing I did is I asked to get it in the shoulder where I don't tend to fall asleep. So after years of living in cohabitation with my partner, we have habits. One of the habits is, which side do you fall asleep on? Guys, it's a habit. And I got the first shot in my left shoulder, and that's the side I like lying on to fall asleep, and I couldn't lie on it, and I woke up repeatedly at night every time I flipped that side. So this time I got it on my right side. Now I didn't get up at night because it hurts enough to wake you up or wake me up. It's just, at least it wasn't on the side I like sleeping on. I like falling asleep on. I move a lot. I like both sides, but not equally. So if you're getting the shot and you have to get it in your shoulder, I would say consider getting it in the shoulder you don't like lying on when you fall asleep, and ask to have it high if you can, or ask if you can get it not in your shoulder. But again, it's just take a couple of painkillers and wait a couple of days. It'll be over. But it wasn't just the pain this time. The day after the shot, I spent the day in bed. There was nothing specific. I didn't have fever. I didn't feel sick. But if I sat up or got up, I just felt, I said I felt like a Victorian heroine, like, oh, oh. I just felt faint and lackluster. So I spent the day in bed, and then I took the next day easy, and I'm still on painkillers today. But I've gotten to the point where with the painkillers, I feel absolutely normal. And I know exactly when they run out. Which means probably tomorrow I'll be clean. And although these symptoms are really disgusting, and I'm really afraid for my younger, who's very, very sensitive, and he has to get his second shot at the end of this week. And he hates feeling uncomfortable, and he hates feeling pain. But we're building it up for him to know that it's going to happen. He's going to take painkillers. He's going to stay in bed if he feels too bad, so that maybe he can handle it. I just look at the side effects as a sign that this thing is working. Something happened to my body, and I'm probably now vaccinated. I probably have the antibodies I need to protect myself from the COVID. And even so, I have made up my mind, and I have decided that I will stick to the social distancing rules. And I'm not going to start partying because I've got the second vaccine and I'm protected, because I want to be extra safe. I've been told by the doctor that if I catch COVID, I'm at a very high risk for serious side effects and serious problems. So my goal is to stay COVID free until COVID is done with and it's no longer an issue and the world goes back to normal. And it's going to happen one day, guys. How soon, I don't know. I didn't think it's going to last a year. So it just goes to show I'm very poor at epidemiological forecasting. So don't trust whatever I say about that. But it is going to be over. Right now, where I am, Israel, about almost 40% of people have gotten their first shot. 40? Almost 50%. Somewhere between 40 and 50% of the population that needs to get vaccinated is already vaccinated, at least with one shot. That is amazing news. And we do have some non-scientific evidence that the vaccines are actually working as said, because my older son, who was in the army, somebody in his room what became positive was COVID after they got their first shot, all of them. So eventually 4 out of the 11 guys in his room turned up positive for COVID, which is very much in alignment with the 60-40% they say for the first shot. And happily, my son wasn't it. Now, between the first shot that I got and the second shot that I got, my son was sent home for a weekend leave. His girlfriend came to visit him, and both of them found out they had to be in lockdown. So for 10 days, we were 5 people in the house instead of just 3. And I love those 2 to bits, of course. It's just stressful for me. And it throws me off balance when instead of having just the 3 people we were planning and having the room that I use as an office to myself, we have 5 people here, and they couldn't go out the door. They were stuck at home. And they were using the room that I want to use. All of that together plus everything else that I'm doing. And guys, I did not stop working out the entire time. I took 2 days off after the second vaccine, and I didn't even take 1 day off after the first vaccine. This time, the first vaccine, I did my workout the next day, and then I crashed. So this time I was smarter, and I didn't do the workout the next day. And when I woke up this morning, my head was blowing up, and I didn't feel really good. So I skipped, and I will do my workout tomorrow. So this is all I had to report about the COVID situation. I did not grow a beard. I did not grow a tail. The vaccine is no big deal as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody who had any kind of serious side effect. Feeling sick after getting a vaccine is not a serious side effect. It's part of getting a vaccine. So, as far as I'm concerned, the vaccine is highly recommended. But what I wanted to also talk about is my fitness journey, which has totally changed in the past few weeks. And I've been talking about it for a while now. First of all, I am totally chuffed, which is a British word. I'm totally ecstatic with myself because I've been sticking to working out one way or another since the middle of June, and we're in February. So it's June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, 9 months. I think that's the longest I've ever stuck with just be active. And if at the beginning I used plans, I just mellowed it down to get up in the morning and go be active. And right now I'm kind of thinking like maybe I want to get back into a plan or a format or, like a workout schedule. But I'm not ready for it just yet. I just go out, down, and I do some kind of aerobic exercise just to be active. It's not about the weight anymore. It's not about the figure anymore. It's about being healthy and active. And I am not only, when I started, I was very clear about one thing. I don't want to be obsessive. And now it has progressed to the point where I don't want to punish myself. I don't want to struggle with my body. I want to be good for myself. Want to be good to myself. And if right now, when I'm feeling like, is this, then this is good enough. And what I do now is once or twice a week, I go and do stairs in the building stairwell. Because I noticed that if I stop doing stairs for a long time, I get extreme cramps, DOMS, late onset muscle soreness in my legs. So I just want to maintain that muscle memory that this is upstairs and downstairs and muscles need to be ready for it. So I want to do stairs about once or twice a week. And the rest of the week I go to the gym. And most days I just put on a show and I do my 45-50 minutes of aerobics, and I'm not driving really hard. I try to be sweaty, I try to get my heart beating a bit, but nothing more than that. And then if I feel like it, I'll stop earlier and pick up some weights and do some movements, whatever comes to mind or not. And I know that one day, I don't know when, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in 6 months, I'll go back to doing a plan. Why? Because I actually do want to. It's just not yet. And I do feel that I need to challenge my upper body and get it stronger. The thing is, it's no longer the thing. It's not the important thing. It's not about setting my targets and going to get them. It's about living my life right now. I've got targets elsewhere. And I'm actually enjoying that very much. It feels good. Weight-wise, nutrition-wise, some weeks are better, some weeks are worse. I've actually hit the lowest I've hit since I started this process, and then it went back up. And I forgot to weigh in this today, so it's going to be next week because I don't feel like it today or this week. So, what can I tell you? I'm actually happier this way. Do I have a negative voice going yada 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 saying, oh, you don't look, or you're not good? Yeah. But I just, kind of shoo it off like, that's a good life. That's good enough for now. Let later be later. I am eating better. I'm almost, I'm slipping up with the no carbs almost daily. It's just that I've shifted from big slip-ups to smaller slip-ups. Healthier slip-ups. And I actually think that it's more important that I'm cool with it and I'm happy with it than that I fix it. Right here, right now, violently. There's a lady in our building that trains the same times that I do often. And she comes in and she puts on these hard workouts and she struggles with them. And at the beginning, I thought she was very inspiring to me. Push yourself, Orion, push yourself. And now I look at her, I'm like, wow, she's so angry at herself, at her body. She's punishing her body, and I don't want to punish my body anymore. I want to go on this slow, gradual journey of taking good care of my body, of liking my body, of working with my body. And, well, time will tell, as it always does. So I know a lot of people wanted me to figure out what I look below the hips. So let me take us to a couple of steps back. What you see is what you see. What you don't see is what you don't see. Okay. There you go. I have a body. I don't think I'll make it into Vogue. I actually haven't looked at a copy of Vogue in like 3 years or more, so I don't think I care. Have a great week, everybody. Stay away from COVID and get yourself vaccinated if you can. And I'll chip in next week if nothing comes up, or sometimes else if something does come up. Meantime, feel free to connect with me here. Like, subscribe, watch other videos. You know the drill. Ta-da!